Welcome back to Ramping Up Your English, a support program for English learners who want to increase their level of proficiency. If that's you, you're in the right place. This is episode 12, segment 3. We began our unit with some vocabulary based on what we heard in the first set of video clips we watched. Let's see how well you know these words after watching 12 episodes. Train, railroad, freight, passenger, commuter train, coal train, freight containers, conductors. We modeled using context clues and previous knowledge to find the meaning of these words. We also used a children's dictionary to find a simple definition. Freight and commuter trains. The words freight and commuter train were used as examples of words that may have been a challenge. I suggested after watching more episodes, these terms may have become clear by their repetition. And if that hasn't happened, I'll tell you now that freight means the same as cargo. In other words, freight refers to things or goods that are transported by trains. Commuter trains carry people back and forth to a place, usually within the area of a city. Commuter trains often carry workers to their jobs and then back home on the same day. They are short distance trains, like the ones we saw from the Coast Starlight as we were leaving Los Angeles. I also urge viewers to keep their own vocabulary list and to add to it. Hopefully you listed some words that kept coming up and using your previous knowledge and context clues to figure out their meaning. You may have even looked them up in a dictionary. I suspect you probably were correct in finding their meaning most of the time. You may have figured wrong at times, but that won't hold you back, because over time you find that your mistakes, you probably remember the correction even more than your correct guesses. Let's add some new words about passenger trains. Coach, attendant, ticket agent, departure, sleeping car, late, miss, conductor, engineer, schedule, and arrival. This list is also available on my website. Go to the episode 12 page at letscreate.org. After the video clip, we'll use some of our same strategies to find out what these words mean. We'll be back right after this.
Arriving shortly will be train number 14, the northbound Coast Starlight. This train will be
Between San Luis Obispo and Klamath Falls, Oregon, the Coast Starlight rumbles through the darkness, stopping at Oakland and Sacramento during the night. Most days, though, it leaves San Luis Obispo in mid-afternoon, entering a land of such sublime beauty it rivals the Pacific Ocean. On the run when we saw the colorful Pacific Ocean sunset in part 1, the Coast Starlight was running late. allowing us to see these sights along the Shasta River that are normally hidden by darkness. These homes told us we were in Dunsmuir, an historical supply point for the Southern Pacific Railroad in the age of steam. In Dunsmuir, you can spend the night in a caboose and climb aboard an old steam engine. Apparently, some people in Dunsmuir like to use the old railroad yard as a place to walk their dogs. This is also where we got our first good glimpse of Mount Shasta. This super reinforced bridge rail was built after a catastrophic derailment in the 1980s. Just around the bend, Mount Shasta filled our view and ushered us into a winter's wonderland. You can easily sleep through the Klamath Falls stop, especially if your train has one of those highly skilled engineers who could make the train seem to float into the station. The small town of Klamath Falls, Oregon is a major stop for the Coast Starlight. They change crews here, picking up new engineers and conductors. This is where we get off the train. San Luis Obispo to Klamath Falls is a scenic utopia on the Coast Starlight, but there's more scenery to come in Part 3 of the Coast Starlight Northbound. See you aboard. Welcome back to Ramping Up Your English, an educational support program for intermediate level English learners of all ages and all language backgrounds. Let's take a look at some of the vocabulary words we've added to our list. If you've already added these to your notebook, you'll just want to check them out. Otherwise, let's see what we can figure out. Coach, attendant, ticket agent, departure. If you know the common meaning of the word coach, that may not be much help here. Perhaps you've met the coach of your child's soccer team. You might figure that an attendant must be someone who attends to something. Maybe they attend to the needs of the passengers. If you look up ticket in a dictionary, you may find that it's an object usually made of paper that allows you to enter a place or board a means of transportation, like a train. The agent part of the term is probably a person, so a ticket agent would be a person who sells tickets to the train. You may also need a dictionary to find what departure means. That means leaving. If you're having trouble understanding the definitions in the dictionary, let me suggest you get a bilingual dictionary that includes English words on one side and your native language on the other. This English-Spanish dictionary has been a great help to me ever since my college days. For basic words in English, it gets the job done, and it could have been useful in looking up these words for native Spanish speakers. I always feel compelled to warn against too much reliance on a dictionary. Trying to look up too much of what you hear or read breaks up the rhythm of the language. And sometimes it's that rhythm that best helps you comprehend the input you're getting. It's a subtle mechanism, but a powerful one. Also, a dictionary is not that good at helping you build vocabulary beyond the beginning level. The best way to do that is to read. That's why I do book reviews between segments. Don't be a stranger at your neighborhood library. I'm willing to bet they have books about trains, both fiction and nonfiction. See how many of the remaining words you can do on your own. They're posted on my website on the episode 12 page on letscreate.org. You're watching Ramping Up Your English on RVTV Voices. And that's all for episode 12. I want to thank my volunteer crew, my announcer Bob Ayers, and I want to thank you, our viewers. See you next time on Ramping Up Your English. I'm John Letts.
You've been watching Ramping Up Your English, a support program for intermediate level English language learners. Learn more. Visit our website at letscreate.org. You can also watch or download today's program at archive.org/details/roadtv. Join us next time on RVTV Voices for Ramping Up Your English.